Hello children, in the previous session we have discussed about the various physical features, tectonic plates, different types of tectonic plates and how they modified the earth surface. In continuation, now I am going to discuss the physical features of India in detail, one by one. So children, see, first of all, these are the great mountain wall of the north known as Himalayas. Then the second one is the great northern plains, the northern plains of India. This is the great Indian desert. This is peninsular plateau. These are coastal plains and these are island groups. So let us start with the first physical features, Himalayas. Himalayas are known as young fold mountains. They are Himalayas geologically are young and structurally fold mountains stretch over the northern border of India. These mountain ranges run in a west-east direction from the Indus to the Brahmaputra river. These Himalayas, they represent the loftiest peaks and most rugged terrain barriers of the world. They form an arc. These mountains, they form an arc. Now here are some important characteristics of Himalayas. Himalayas are, their length is, the total length of Himalayas is 2400 kilometers. 2400 kilometers. This is, they cover total distance. Total distance is covered by these Himalayas is 2400 kilometers. Their width varies from Now if we talk about the width, it varies from 400 kilometer in Kashmir. In Kashmir, their width is 400 kilometer, and towards Arunachal Pradesh, they are 150 kilometer in width. So it is clear they are more broader here, and their width reduced towards the east. Now there are three parallel ranges of Himalayas. There are three parallel ranges of Himalayas: Himadri, Himachal, Shivalik. These are the three parallel ranges of Himalayas. Now we will discuss these three: Himadri, Himachal or Shivaliks. Himadri. It is the most continuous range consisting of loftiest peak with an average height of 6000 meters. Himadri is here, and this is the most contiguous, and it have average height of 6000 meters, and it contains most of the prominent peaks of Himalayas. Then the second range lying below Himadri is known as Himachal. The range lying towards the south of Himadri is known as Himachal. Or Lesser Himalayas. Himachal or Lesser Himalayas. The range are mainly composed of highly compressed and altered rocks. The altitude varies between 3,700 km and 4,500 km. Himachal, their width is 3,700 km to 4,500 km. This is the width of the Himachal. Then Pir Panjal, Dhauladhar are the important ranges of Himachal. The range consists of famous valley of Kashmir, Kangra, Kullu Valley in Himachal Pradesh. This region is known for its hill station. Himachal is very well known for its hill stations. The last or the outermost range of Himalaya is Shivalik. Take Shivalik is the outermost range of Himalaya, and it extends over a width of 10 to 15 km and have an altitude varying 900 to 1100 km. Shivalik 900 to 1100 km. This is the extent of Shivaliks. This is the altitude, height of Shivaliks. These ranges are composed of unconsolidated sediments. Shivaliks are made up of unconsolidated sediments. That's why they are prone to landslides. These valleys are covered with thick gravel and alluvium. The longitudinal valleys lying between Lesser Himalaya and Shivaliks are known as dunes. Longitudinal valleys which lie between Himachal and Shivalik, they are known as dunes. For example, Dehradun, Kotli Dun, Patli Dun, etc. Now, besides the longitudinal divisions, the Himalayas have been divided on the basis of region also, from west to east. From west to east, again they are classified into different categories. For example, the Himalayas lying between Indus and Satluj are known as Punjab Himalaya, but it is also known regionally as Kashmir and Himachal Himalaya, from west to east respectively. There are many more names. The part of Himalayas lying between Satluj and Kali rivers is known as Kumaon Himalayas. Between Nepal Himalayas, and between Kali and Tista rivers, it is known as Nepal Himalayas. Between Tista and Dihang river, it is known as Assam Himalayas. So these are the various regional names of Himalayas. The Brahmaputra, river Brahmaputra, it flows from here. This marks the easternmost boundaries of Himalayas. The Himalayas bend sharply to the south and spread along the eastern boundary of India. They are known as Purvanchal. So this is all about the Himalayas. Once again, I would like to tell you the important features of Himalayas. Himalayas are geologically young and fold mountains. Their length is 2400 km. Their width varies from 400 km in Kashmir to 150 km in Arunachal Pradesh. There are three parallel ranges of Himalayas: Himadri, Himachal, Shivaliks. They are known by different names in different regions. So now let us discuss the most important part of India, the northern plains. Northern plains has been formed by interplay of the three important Himalayan rivers, the Ganga, the Brahmaputra, along with their Ganga, Brahmaputra and Indus, along with their tributaries. This plain is mainly formed by alluvial soil. The deposition of alluvium is a vast basin lying at the foothills of Himalayas over millions of years formed these fertile plains. So this is how these plains have been formed. These plains have been formed. They have been formed by the interplay of three Himalayan rivers: Indus, Ganga, and Brahmaputra. Now, some important features of northern plains. These plains spread over an area of 7 lakh square kilometer. Northern plains. The northern plains, this is the total geographical area of northern plains. They are 2400 kilometers long. The length is 2400 kilometers, and their width varies from 240 to 320 kilometers. This is the width of Himalaya, width of northern plains. It is a very densely populated region of India, agriculturally also very, very rich. It has rich soils combined with adequate water supply and favorable climatic conditions. It is agriculturally a very productive part of India. There are many important rivers. The rivers in their lower course split into numerous channels due to the deposition of silt, and these channels are known as distributaries. The term distributaries means when a river is split into number of channels or branches, it is known as distributary. We will discuss it in detail in next chapter. The northern plains are broadly divided into three sections. The western part of the northern plain is referred to as Punjab Plains. The larger part of this plain lies in Pakistan. The Indus and its tributaries, the Jhelum, the Chenab, the Ravi, Beas, and Satluj originate in the Himalayas. This section of the plain is dominated by Doabs. What is Doab? A land between two water bodies. The Ganga plain extends between Ghagra and Teesta rivers. It is spread over the states of North India, Haryana, UP, Bihar, partly Jharkhand and West Bengal to its east. Particularly in Assam lies the Brahmaputra plain. The northern plains are generally described as flat land with no variation in its relief. But it is not true. These vast plains also have diverse relief features. According to the variation in relief features, the northern plains can be divided into four regions. The rivers, four regions. The largest part of northern plain is formed of old alluvium. They lie above the floodplains of the rivers and present a terrace-like feature. This part is known as Bhangar. Another term, Bhangar. This is known as Bhangar. Old alluvium is known as Bhangar. The new alluvium is known as Ghadar. So this is all about the northern plains of India. So now we will meet again with another session where we will discuss about the Peninsular Plateau, Indian desert, coastal plains,